Okay, so today's question reads, something's happened in my dream life. I used to be able to remember all of my dreams in great and intricate detail, but now I wake up from a night's sleep, and though I stay in the threshold space between sleeping and waking, and I am aware that I have dreamt, the dreams and all of the dream images just flee. They're gone, just like that. And I'm wondering, first of all, if there is some sort of reason that this is happening, and secondly, if there is anything at all that I can do to make this be otherwise. Okay. So when the ancient Greek people were afflicted and looking for healing, and they would visit the caves of Asclepius um, to find healing, they would enter into the caves in what was called dream incubation. They would sleep, and the temple priestesses and so forth would just merely take care of them. Now, if they were visited by a dream at all, regardless of the content of the dream, regardless of any of the images of the dream, they would consider that a visit from the god Asclepius, and therefore it would be healing. They would experience healing. So what this sort of tells us is that it's not the images of the dream that matter as much as dreaming per se. And so when you can remember, Freud said that the function of dreams is as a guardian of sleep. And so we want to be mindful of the fact that when you wake up from a night of sleeping, that first of all, you've been sleeping, can't be underestimated. And then second of all, that you can remember that you've been dreaming, but the images, as you say, are gone, even though you're working very hard to remember your dreams. And so, in answer to the first part of your question, why is this happening? I think that there's a tendency for us to want to appropriate the dream material and then somehow apply it to our lives. And what happens is the dreams, in a sense, just dry up from that kind of appropriation on our part. We're in a sense, strip mining the psyche, strip mining the dreams for what they can give to us, overlooking the fact that dreaming per se is the giving. And that when we can enter into the giving as being in a state of grace, that should be, ought to be enough. But we want more. We want more insights, more telling, more things that we can apply to our lives. And so, rather than allowing the dream to be dreamt through us, and that, in fact, being the informing that we carry with us out into the world creatively. So something gets lost in the act of appropriation. And so we want to be mindful of the fact that we are dreaming, and that's enough, first of all. And then second of all, we tend to take the content of the dreams too literally. So the fact that you're dreaming at all, the fact that there are images that are informing your mood, for example, that you wake up in, ought to be approached as part of the dreaming, as part of the wholeness of being. And so it's important to just remember that dreaming and remembering one's dreams is always a grace. And so whatever small bit we can remember, or whatever small noticing about the particular moods we are in, or we're awakened into, matter. And so I guess that would be the answer. What can be done about it is a kind of recognizing of the grace of dreaming per se, and the grace of sleep, and sort of bowing before the dreams themselves, dreaming per se, and accepting what you can remember, and and trying to reorient yourself away from a kind of strip mining of the psyche, away from appropriation. Okay? So that's the answer.